fight, 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 fight.
So you can probably tell how hastily thrown together this video is. As a matter of fact, I'm shooting it on a camcorder, a small Canon camcorder that is attached to, plugged into a lapel microphone, which means the camera is actually attached to me at the time of recording. So I have no doubt I will knock this camera over at some time during the recording process. Anyway, that being said, I wanted to talk about, briefly, talk about AEW's Unrivaled Collection, Series 1. I gotta tell you, when I first took these out of the box, that's a pretty good likeness of Cody Rhodes. I can say Cody Rhodes, he's got his name back, right, from WWE, I don't know. Anyway, a pretty good likeness, I would say. Jazzwares is doing a lot of really cool figures these days with Fortnite and the World of Halo stuff is looking really good. Yeah, so they're doing a good job. He's got his chair smashing sledgehammer there as an accessory, that's pretty cool. And his weight belt deal that he likes to wear. I'm telling you, I've heard people don't like these figures, but I don't know, this initial offering looks pretty good to me. And on that note, let's run through the rest of the figures. Cool? Alright, let's do that. I'm going to say probably the second best looking one, in my opinion, is Jericho. That's a lovely grimacing face there. It's a nice representation of the elder statesman Jericho, the current sort of incarnation of Chris Jericho on AEW. There have been a lot of Chris Jericho figures over the years with various grins and grimaces. This one is the 2001, styled after the 2001 Undisputed Champion Chris Jericho figure, or Chris Jericho. Got the nice smirk going on there, the youthfulness there. Anyway, probably, what is this, like a 2016? Yeah, it even says on the trunks 2016. 2016 version of Jericho from WWE, from the Mattel series. Yeah, so I think they compare pretty well. I think might even be a superior likeness of Chris Jericho. You tell me. Anyway, that's pretty good. It's got his gloved hand accessory and the hat and all the cool gear there. Let's see, who else? Now, this one seems to have kind of mixed reviews. Little tear on that, that's why I'm not going to feel bad about opening this one a little later. But Kenny Omega, this figure has a lot of mixed reviews. I agree. It's not as bad. I think my buddy Dave, David C. Millay from Everybody Dies, the YouTube horror review show, you should check it out if you haven't. Good stuff. Anyway, I think he just got a bad one, like one that was, the quality control was not so great on it. Mine, like his, has the eyes are kind of off and everything. I don't think the paint is as bad on this one as it was on his. It actually looks pretty good. I would have liked some more blonde highlights, but I can live with this. I think I just got lucky. And, okay, I'm going to level with you. I actually have two of each of these three right here. You're not supposed to know how greedy I am, but there were actually two more Codys and Chris's that I could have snatched up, but I left them. I tried to be a nice guy and say, well, I'll leave them for the next collector and won't snatch it up. And I'm sure somebody probably snatched it up right after that and immediately put them on eBay. But whatever. Anyway, I think this is a good looking figure. It's not as good as it could have been. I think all the prototype stuff got our hopes up to have like a really, really good looking Kenny Omega figure. And this is kind of a step down from what we were all expecting. And like I said, some people got some with bad quality control, you know, bad paint jobs. And that was very disappointing for them. Anyway, moving on, let's see. I think that Matt Jackson, or Nick Jackson, excuse me. Nick Jackson looks pretty darn good. A nice grimace on his face too. There's Matt. These look pretty good. the more I look at him, the more I like him, I think. Maybe could use a little bit more stubble on that. Anyway, but yeah, these are good. Again, another good initial outing. These are the first line of the wrestling figures that Jazzwares has made, and they're doing good stuff so far, in my opinion. I like the outfits. Yeah, good stuff. Who else am I forgetting? The only figure that I don't know. I guess she looks all right now that I'm taking a second look at her. It's just does her torso look kind of squished to you? Is that just me? Like they sort of shaped it and then we're like, nah, that's good enough right there. Let's leave it. I don't know. It just doesn't look. It looks. The sculpting around the torso looks sort of unfinished. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but that's a good figure, I guess. Yeah. A decent likeness. Probably the, no offense to Brandy Rhodes, but probably the weakest of the batch. But there's often a lot of problems with, like, yeah. Anyway, female action figures a lot of times don't turn out as well. Look at some of the old Toy Biz, like X-Men women and stuff like that. But actually, it's actually a compliment because Brandy is actually prettier than her action figures. So I mean, I guess you would want to be. But anyway, that's the initial offering here. And what do you say I break open one or two? Is that cool? Maybe we'll compare and contrast some other figures. So let's take a look here. I had a pocket knife for this, and I have no idea what I did with it. Hopefully it's not being used to commit a crime somewhere or something like that. Oh man, do I really want to open this Jericho? Oh gosh, I'm having second thoughts. Let's open the Kenny Omega, just because he's already kind of torn open. There might be a jump cut involved here. It's hard to say. I try to slash the tape and not the actual package there, numbnuts. Anyway, moving right along, sort of theoretical, because I haven't really checked out any of the articulation on these. There's probably an easier way to do this. You know, I'm pooching it right now. Anyway, whatever. I know that was probably horrifying for some people to watch as I just tore right through it. You have my sincerest apology. Anyway, this is getting ugly. Anyway, that's a nice blister pop there. That's kind of cool, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. You have your interchangeable hands. Let's just check this over here. Interchangeable hands. Oh my goodness. There might be another jump cut involved here at some point. Oh wow, I didn't know that was on the back of the coat. That's pretty cool. The little one-winged angel, of course. Yeah, pretty good articulation on that. I could probably take the coat off, but I'm not going to put you through that after just witnessing me mangle the package there. There's a statement for you. Anyway, yeah, it looks good. You can take the arm brace off. That's cool. This kind of no movement in the coat, but that's okay. It's an accessory just goes over the top. But underneath, yeah, definitely a joint. Some ab crunchy action. That's cool. Yeah, I dig it. Nice range of motion, I hope. If I don't snap any out. Ooh, double jointed, is that? Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so you can do some V-triggers, all that good stuff. Yeah, that's not really... I must have got a good one. I think both the ones I have are actually pretty good pretty good likenesses. The eyes are all on point and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I hope I'm not that far into camera. Then there definitely will be a jump cut, or I'll just scrap the whole video if my hideous mug shows up on camera. That'll be a nightmare and a half. But anyway, you'll never sleep again. Yeah, 2 extra hands. Let's see, I was going to compare the Cody Rhodes figure to a lot of shuffling around. Probably could have planned this a little bit better. A lot of shuffling around. Anyway, Cody Rhodes. We're going to compare him to the old WWE Cody. This is probably, I don't know, a decade old. Nah, maybe not that old. I'm not sure exactly how old this figure is. It's another WWE Mattel figure, Elite Series. So it's a good likeness. A little bit more youthful Cody Rhodes. But I still think this is a superior looking Cody. Is that the same one? I don't want to reach across there. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the same figure, I think. Maybe not, maybe not. Anyway, yeah, this is good, but this is probably still better. A better likeness. No offense to the Mattel line. They do a lot of great figures. And that's another thing I was going to mention, is that these figures are pretty much scaled to, that's a Cedric Alexander cruiserweight type figure, pretty much scaled to the WWE size. They might be a little bit taller, maybe. No, maybe not. Just depends on which figure you're talking about, I guess. Yeah, Buddy Murphy, who uses a lot of Kenny Omega style moves, as a matter of fact. And I even have a, just for fun, an old Toy Biz Total Nonstop Action AJ Styles from, geez, I don't even remember what year that was. Had to be like 2007 maybe, 2005, I don't even remember. Anyway, that's scaled pretty good too if you want to break out some of your old Toy Biz, even though I'm pretty sure those were scaled, the scaling was kind of weird on those. Like you had one this size, and then I think Christopher Daniels was way undersized, and Abyss, who's like one of the biggest guys, was way undersized in that line. I don't remember, it's been a while. I have them around here somewhere. Anyway, yeah, that is the Series 1. That was a horrible video, and I hope someday I'll get better at this. And I'm glad you stuck with me through it, if indeed you did. Yeah, and I can't wait to bust open Series 2 and run through that with you guys, and maybe 3 and 4 even. So, until that time, thanks again, guys. I really appreciate it. And with luck, hopefully I'll see you next week. All right. See ya.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Off my fingers, but then he'd play you guitar. Watch as the dreams and blood pour from the scars. And when I finally quit all the singing with one last note, when the monsters in my head finally rip out my throat, and I die on the stage, would that be good? Hands still clutched